on my way to a No DAPL rally again. Last night they decided, the Army Corps of Engineers, Department of Army, decided to pass the easement so that they could drill under the Missouri River, the last part that they need to complete the Dakota Access Pipeline. And so right now they called out a last stand for fighting for the Dakota Access Pipeline. So I'm on my way to a No DAPL rally, and I will update you again later.
I like to dedicate this to all of the Creator's righteous children. I have some food in my bag for you. Not that edible food, that food you eat? No. I have some food for thought. Since knowledge is infinite, it has infinitely fell on me.
I am currently on the metro as we speak, and I'm on my way to a No DAPL rally. And basically the Army Corps of Engineers signed the easement so that they can drill under the Missouri River. DAPL can drill under the Missouri River, which is what they needed, the last little piece they needed to finish DAPL. And basically there was supposed to be this period of time where us as citizens were able to submit comments for the environmental impact statement, but that was supposed to be until February 20th. But the Army Corps of Engineers took that off the table and basically have sided with DAPL and with Energy Transfer Partners and with President Cheeto. Now, I'm on my way to a No DAPL rally at the White House, and we are about to disrupt his function. But more than that, this is really about a time for prayer and a time for action. This is not where it ends. It might seem like we are defeated and that the Army Corps of Engineers, DAPL, and our Energy Transfer Partners have won, but they haven't won for a long shot. Okay, we all knew this was going to happen. Unfortunately, we knew that this was going to happen. But that does not mean the fight is over, because there's going to be an even bigger fight that's going to happen on Native American land, on indigenous lands in this country and around the world. President Cheeto is already saying that he wants to privatize Native American reservations so that he can go into the Native American reservations and basically drill for oil. So it's basically really, really crazy right now, but we are warriors. We are indigenous warriors, and we are not giving up. So I just want to give this brief little update on what's been going on. Oh, also last week, 75 water protectors up at Standing Rock at the Little Child's Camp, I think that's what it's called, were arrested by the Morton County Sheriff's Department just for peacefully protesting and protecting and praying, like they always have been doing since the beginning. And so 75 of them got arrested, including Chase Iron Eyes. And it's just really, really, really crazy. It's getting crazier and crazier and crazier. And that's not the only thing that's been going on. Also at Standing Rock, the formerly known as the Osheti Sakowen, which is now known as the Osheti Oyate, is being moved from the location that it's at now to a different location due to flooding. So they're moving it, and hopefully they'll be finished with that by the springtime so that no flooding will happen at that location. And also the veterans are coming as well. So there's a lot going on. brothers and our sisters, we rise for our children, for their future. We rise for water. We rise. We rise for our brothers and our sisters. We rise for our children, for their future. We rise for water. We rise. We rise. We rise. We rise. Water is life. And using oil. Keep it in the soil. And drink oil. Keep it in the soil. So I just came back from the No DAPL rally that I was at the White House, and I met some friends there, Ropi Moonstone and Emily June, and I was there the last half an hour, which I've been to a lot of No DAPL rallies since the No DAPL movement started, so you go to one, you go to them all, but I'm glad I went to tonight's because this was one of the important ones. It was the last stand that Standing Rock is having. They're also having a Native Nations March on March 10th. So if you're around, please, please, please come to that one. It's in Washington, D.C. And just keep fighting. Just keep fighting. Please just keep fighting. This rally was really cool. Aaron Wise from the International Indigenous Youth Council was there, as well as Dallas Goldtooth of the Indigenous Environmental Network, and a few other people. There were the native drummers, of course, and singers, and it was an okay turnout. I mean, it wasn't as big as normal rallies are, but it was a good turnout. So, we just really need to fight this on a deeper level and really get people more engaged, because I feel like even though this movement has been going on for more than 6 months already, it's almost a year. Actually, this February is a year anniversary of the Dakota Access Pipeline movement, No DAPL movement, being started by LaDonna Brave Bull Allard on her land, where Sacred Stone Camp is. I feel like a lot of people still don't know what's going on with that movement, and I feel like they really need to learn more about it. So education is an important part of that, but also action is really important to helping to teach people about the movement and what is going on with Standing Rock and just what is happening in general with Native American communities and Indigenous communities. So education, action, prayer, and keep fighting. I'm going to be on a call later tonight at 9 o'clock where I'm going to find out more information about what the tribe is actually going to be doing after the Army Corps of Engineers passed the easement last night. So I will update you on more information on what's going to happen with that, but need to fight. Fight, fight, fight. Omatakuyasin, peace to all of my relatives. Okay, I just got off a call with the No DAPL Solidarity team, and it's crazy out there, and most of the updated information they gave us was not good. It just wasn't good. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be 100% real. It just wasn't good, and a lot of crap is happening and it's scary. It's honestly scary. So here's a rundown of what I found out and ways that you can help to make this easier on the water protectors there and the tribe and Mother Earth. So first of all, at 5:15 p.m. Central Time, they started drilling on the Missouri River, and it's crazy because it's like literally December 5th or December 4th, whatever day it was, the Army Corps of Engineers and President Obama was like, no, you're not going to be able to do that. I'm not going to pass the easement. The minute Trump gets into office, within a month of him being in office, this stupid person, Mr. Cheeto Man, decided that it was okay for him to just start barking orders on everything under the sun and just ruining people's lives and livelihoods, messing up the earth, and just making it difficult for people, not just in this country, but all over the world. And it's sad, it's pitiful, and it's wrong. And the Army Corps of Engineers, I don't think would have passed the easement so fast if Donald Trump did not make them. Because they were fully going to let people give comments to the easement. For the easement, they were going to let them do comments for the environmental impact statement and let it go until the 20th of February. But Mr. Trump had to put his little 2 cents into it and ruined it all. And now, illegally, they are making it so that we cannot put in comments to the environmental impact statement, and they can just go ahead and drill, which as of today at 5:15 p.m. Central Time, that is exactly what the Dakota Access Pipeline has done. Plain and simple. Sad but true. Okay, so what else I found out was that they really, really, really want people to go back to camp. Now, I know there are a lot of conflicting people just saying a lot of different things, and you might not be sure if you should really go back to camp or not. But the way that I see it, and the people that I've been in contact with, like on this call, or I've been talking to Jocelyn Charger, who's part of the International Indigenous Youth Council, and some of the other members of the Youth Council, and just people in general that have been at Standing Rock, and they are fully aware of the things that other people are saying, but they really want you to come back to camp. They really need people to come back to camp. It's like a necessity right now because things are getting ratcheted up more and more every single day, and they need help. They need support. They need people on the ground. They need to go back. They need it to go back to where it was back in October, November, December, before Dave Archibald said everybody go home. They need people to come back. They honestly do. It's like imperative at this point. So, believe me or not believe me, but I seriously think it's important that people go back to Standing Rock. I think it's an important thing, and if you can, please do. Be aware that it is still winter in Standing Rock. Be aware, please be aware. Dress warmly, and if you can do the cold, please, by all means, go. But also be aware that things are going to ratchet up times a million at this point. And so water protector is going to be under siege even more. And I just learned of these really sick bills that were passed in North Dakota, the racist state that it is. These bills were passed in North Dakota where 5 different bills were passed to target water protectors, which is just sick. One of them is that the Morton County Sheriff's Department can run over water protectors just for peacefully praying, just for peacefully protecting, just for peacefully protesting. They can literally get into a car and run them over. It is ridiculous. 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 Then they are making it so that water protectors can't wear masks, so that they can basically spray them in the face with bear mace and freezing water and percussion grenades and hit them in the eye and injure them to death, so they can basically kill them because they want to have another wounded knee. We can already see it. It's sad, but it's true. And they're making protesting a felony, so that if you are at Standing Rock and you are a water protector and you are up on the Highway 1806 and you are protesting, praying, whatever, and you're there and the Morton County Sheriff's Department is on the other side of you, they can say that what you are doing is a felon and basically have you arrested and then have you charged with a felony, which is what a lot of the water protectors who were first at Standing Rock back in August, who were the first people to get arrested, we found out that they actually are being charged as felons. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's 100% ridiculous, bogus BS. Such BS. Then, the tribe, the Standing Rock Sioux tribe, which is different than the water protectors, remind you, that's who Dave Archambault is supporting. Not the water protectors. No. He's protecting the tribe. And the tribe wants to go for an injunction and basically let the United States government handle this. And personally, and I'm saying personally, I do not believe that this government or any government at all would support us, because no government in the history of this country has supported indigenous peoples. And so they're not going to start now, so it's not like it matters if you give the injunction to the government so that they can toy around, hoity-toity, pretend like they're going to do something for us, and then screw us in the back like they've done for years and decades and centuries. It's ridiculous and it's sick. Then, I also learned of ways that people can help and do solidarity actions if they cannot go to Standing Rock physically. But I also learned that 3 contingents of veterans are going to be coming to North Dakota to stand with the water protectors, and that's amazing. Shout out to all the veterans out there, and veterans for Standing Rock, and veterans in general. I have veterans in my family, so I have big love for you guys. I might not always support war, but I always will support veterans because, you know, the war is not your fault, but you are fighting for this country, and I really do have big love for you. But, yeah, 3 contingents of veterans are going to go back to Standing Rock and be fighting with the water protectors because things are going to get ugly out there, and I can see it right now. But I learned that there is a No DAPL Solidarity Week that is going to be coming up from February 12th to the 17th, where they want people to do actions every day of that week. And there is also the website everydayofaction.org, where you can go and you can find actions in your city or create actions and put them on the calendar on that website so that the water protectors can look at that and see who is doing solidarity actions in their cities and see the impact that we are having on this movement. So February 12th through the 17th is the week of action, solidarity action, and this week is made up by the Global Solidarity No DAPL team. That was on this call today, so it's their specific action. They also have another specific action that they want to do, and it's on Valentine's Day. They want people to send out Valentine's Day cards to specific people, which I don't know who those people are yet, but they're going to send an email out to people who want to participate. But they want people to have Valentine's Day writing parties to send to these specific people and So yeah. What else did I find out? I found out that February 22nd is when the Army Corps of Engineers wants the water protectors to be off of the Army Corps of Engineers land, and if they're not off of there, they will convict them. What else? Sacred Stone Camp and Last Real Indians is where you can send like donations and stuff. If you want to send donations still to the camps, you can go to the Sacred Stone Camp and the Last Real Indians Facebook pages and also their websites and find out more information on how to send donations. And also there are monetary funds that are set up by various different groups. And so if you go to NoDAPLSolidarity.org, you can find out more information about where to send money and where to send monetary funds to the camps, because that is a big help. And people really need that right now, because a lot of the water protectors are taking money out of their own pockets, and a lot of the water protectors have quit their jobs to be at Standing Rock and to fight this fight, and so we should be protecting and supporting them. And so monetarily is a really big helpful way, if you can't go back to Standing Rock, or if you can't do a action out in the streets. What else did I go? Also, we should be calling our representatives, our congressmen and women, our senators, and all of the sort. Call President Cheeto and call the White House and call, anybody in the government, that even local, super local government, like city local government. Call them, please. Call them and tell them that we will not stand for what is happening to the indigenous community of this country. We will not stand what is happening to Mother Earth, and we will not stand for the fact that they are ruining people's drinking water and have no blatant remorse for what they are doing to these people. It is ridiculous and it is sick, and it just makes me so angry and sad at the same time, because I just find it to be ridiculous that they just don't care. And it's like they don't see what's going to come down the line for them, because they want to pretend like it's not going to leak. They want to pretend like it's not going to ruin their drinking water. They want to pretend like it's not going to end up like Flint, and it is. It is. If we don't fight this, it's going to end up like what's happening in Flint. And we also need to help fight what's happening in Flint, because it's been happening since 2014 and it shouldn't be happening in 2017. It really just shouldn't be happening anymore. And so I know there's going to be the Water is Life Expo is happening in Flint, Michigan in March, and you can find out more information about that online. And it's basically where Flint, Michigan and Standing Rock come together to fight both fights that are happening around our water, around the Black community and brown community's water, and the indigenous community as well. This call really made me depressed. Now I'm super depressed. Now I'm super furious. Now I'm super irritated. I just came back from a No DAPL rally for the Last Stand, the day of action, the Last Stand, and when I got on the call today, I really realized that this really is the last stand. If we don't stand up right now and fight, this is going to get worse and worse and worse and worse until we don't have a planet. If you have ever seen the movie WALL-E, basically that movie is about this robot who lives way in the future, and he lives on planet Earth, but planet Earth is junky and trashy and gross, and all of the humans are fat and live on this space station in space and have never seen nature, eat all the time, and are just fat, and they can't even walk, they can't even run, they can't even do anything. And they've never been outside, never seen nature, neither has this robot, because he's the last living thing on, and he's not really living because he's a robot, obviously, but like, he's the last thing on Earth. And he meets this other robot from the space station, and basically they have this adventure together. And in the end, they end up having the humans come back down to Earth, and they find out what's going on with Earth, and they get really sad, and so they decide to start it over from scratch. I don't want to get to that point. I don't want to have to start back from scratch. I think that we have a fine Earth right now, and if we just take care of it, we take care of Mother Earth, she will take care of us. And I know, Mother Earth can take care of herself. I'm not trying to say that Mother Earth can't take care of herself and that she needs us, because obviously she doesn't. We have brought more destruction and damage to Mother Earth than any other species ever. And so, more often than not, Mother Earth can just take care of herself. She doesn't even need us. To be honest, wiping us off of the face of this earth would be so good for her. But we need her to survive more than she needs us to survive. And so if we care about her at all, we will take care of her. And we will make sure that our children and our children's children and the next 7 generations have this earth to be able to take care of and sustain, and be able to breathe fresh air and eat fresh food, and to have clean drinking water, and just to be able to have a home. And it's being destroyed right before our eyes. And it's not just it's not just the DAPL. It's the Sable Trails pipeline in Florida. It's the pipeline in Texas. It's the pipeline in New Mexico, I think. And there's one in Canada. There's one in New York. There's fracking going on in Oklahoma. There's the salmon run that happened in 2016 in California, where the tribe there was trying to get their fishing rights back. There's just a lot of things going on when it comes to this earth, and the way that the powers that be are trying to destroy it. There's fracking going on in Maryland. I think there's a pipeline going to be happening in Virginia. It's ridiculous. It's freaking ridiculous. And I know there's a lot of other issues going on as well, including the Muslim ban, the immigrants, the Mexican immigrants, and the wall, the Betsy DeVos and her stupid self, and the education system, and just so many things, right? But none of those things will matter in the scope of the long run of it, and the scope of things, if we don't have an earth to sustain ourselves on. And so I always say this all of the time, is that we cannot fight any of these other problems that are going on in this earth if we do not care about our earth, if we do not care about environmentalism, if we do not care about food justice, if we do not care about our water, if we do not care about our land. Like, if we do not care about these issues, then those other issues have no merit, because we'll be dead. We won't have an earth to live on, and we'll just basically be living on nothing, and we'll be in that space station, and we'll be in those chairs, and we will be very fat, and we will not have seen a Mother Earth, and we will not have seen nature, and we will be living in filth and crime and gross, and we'll just be fat blobs who have never breathed fresh air, have never seen soil, and never seen plants grow, and have never experienced, grandfather sun, and, grandmother moon, and, father sky, and mother earth, and you will have never seen any of these things because you would have destroyed it. And to be honest, it saddens me, it frightens me, and it makes me very, very sad. And I really, we need to do better. We honestly need to do better. But seriously, right now, we need to fight. We need to fight tooth and nail. We need to fight till we can't fight anymore, because it is getting crazier and crazier and crazier. And if we do not fight now, then we won't have an earth to live on. And I know I keep saying that, but you really need to get that through your head. We will not have an earth to live on. So April 29th, they're having a big climate march in Washington, D.C. March 10th, they're having a Native Nations march on Washington, D.C. And February 12th through the 17th, they're having a week of action. And you can go check out other actions at everydayofaction.org. And please go out and fight this. Fight this, fight this. Divest from banks. Divest from the banks. Divest, divest, divest. Support them. Support this. Support the protectors. Support the First Nations. Support the people who came first. We are always on the back burner of literally everything that happens in this country since the beginning. And we are done. We are done doing your dirty work and not having any reciprocity. We are done having to live on our Turtle Island and feel like second-class citizens. We are done. We are done. And I just want to say something else at the end of this, which has something to do with this, but sort of not. If an indigenous person did not tell a Muslim, a Mexican immigrant, who half of this country is theirs anyways, because they are indigenous, a person from anywhere else in the world, if we did not tell them that they cannot be on our Turtle Island, then President Chito and your cabinet and your idiots have no say in this. So I just wanted to throw that out there. But for real, support, fight, educate, learn, and just, I don't know, we need to save this earth. Please, save Mother Earth. She doesn't need us, but we definitely need her. So please go out and fight for her. Please go out and fight for her. Om Mataku Yasin. Peace and blessings.
Magchitambui ang pigiri, magchitambui kanspewa ebi, magchitambui ang pigiri, magchitambui kanspewa ebi mampewa hokahinong dahon tani gaitai kiweme itai nankaya muni ewajitse nankaya muni ewajitse